we are live on Did You Hear About? Welcome to the pilot show. I'm joined by Earl Baumgartner.
What's up?
Brock Baumgartner's off camera.
Capitan.
And then Travis Hill, and you can probably see on the maybe on the right side of your screen. He's joining us as well. How we doing tonight, guys?
Pretty good.
Here for the B and the S, the bomb squad only.
We should have been filming, trying to get all this set up.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a little bit of user error, and technology is kind of annoying.
Hey, comparatively to every other podcast ever done on hours notice, created and produced, probably the fastest and most efficient ever. So let's give it up.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, disclaimer, we've kind of all discussed
that guy in the
this.
middle's not going to take it. He's not going to take credit for it. We know.
But
We know
he's
the man.
definitely the mastermind. Oh, the dog's
And the
outside
dog's
trying to
walking
get
back.
inside.
Teacher. That's young Jamie's Mr. Miyashi.
Mr. Miyagi.
Miyagi, that guy. Both of them. Miyoshi's super important, bro. He wrote the Book of Five Rings, right? That's
I think
like
so.
more
Is that right?
important
Is that who
than
that
even
was?
that
I
movie
didn't see the
guy.
movie.
Let's do it right.
Well, I have.
Hey, I'm talking like I don't know, thousands of years. The Book of Five Rings and another book, the How to Strike. It's like a sword fighting book. Brock, you should know.
He just walked outside
He just
to put
went
the
to get
dog
the dog.
inside. But I'm sure he would know exactly what you're talking
He
about.
missed it. He missed it. Universe.
He would know about that.
He would know exactly about that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm
He's
pretty
walking
sure we've
right
had
now.
discussions about it. He's
So
walking back in.
I know what y'all have been doing today. What about you, Travis? What you been up to? Work?
Me? Yeah, work, and then just hanging since I got off work. Been working on a little music, just kind of more listening than producing or making or anything like that. So
I didn't really know you got off
watched
work.
a little bit.
I
I
thought you
caught
just
up on
worked
a
all
little
the
bit of
time.
boxing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
That was one thing we
it's
wanted
been-
to
yeah,
talk
well,
about. The weird thing is the biggest boxing fight happened the other night, and it wasn't a real boxer. That neither of them were real boxers. So that happened. What do you think about that?
Therefore, it wasn't a real boxing match.
That's true.
Wasn't a
I
real
agree with
boxing
that.
match. If there was two out and on, it's not a boxing match. Now they
The
can
sad-
have the tough man contest.
The sad thing is there's actually a lot of like great boxers out there that don't get the credit, but you see guys like Jake Paul out there fighting, and they move the needle,
7
definitely
million.
move the needle, but it's like it's kind of a weird thing. Also, I want to go on record by saying, I know I probably didn't say this before the fight, but I think everyone should have probably known that Jake Paul was going to win that fight.
I mean, it was set up like a thing that's set up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and with a guy
It's
like
that simple. It's set
with a guy
up
like
something
Woodley,
that's set up.
he only came in on like what 2 weeks notice, something like that. I think after Tommy Fury
Tyron
pulled out.
Woodley is an actor. He has movie credits.
Well, that's the thing. I never thought
You
the
see what
Fury
I'm
fight
saying?
would be
He's
a good one anyway. If Jake Paul really wanted a fight that like would get a lot of eyes on it, why don't he fight Muhammad Ali's grandson?
Because he would get
destroyed.
he would get put in airplane mode.
He would get exactly. That's exactly what would happen to
I
him.
mean, what do you mean? And he's and Muhammad Ali's grandson is a 160-pound fighter.
He's sharp
Like
though.
Jake
He
Paul
was
weighed in at
on.
191 pounds.
He was on the other night after the Heisman presentation, and we watched a little bit. He is sharp. He's really good.
But that wasn't the best performance
the
for him.
knockout.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I think we could pull up the knockout.
We'll
I'll
see.
tell you what, though.
Which one? The Jake Paul?
Yeah, the Jake Paul. He absolutely slept Tyron Woodley, and I mean,
Oh,
it was a good.
Yeah,
he hit him good.
He hit him with his door. He hit him with his door knocking knuckles. So I don't know.
It was okay
I'm calling
from like the outside
Squad on that
perspective. When you watch it on like ESPN or Sports Center, kind of like a highlight thing, it looks good. But I heard the fight was
to
lacking.
people that watch Jake Paul YouTube videos.
That's
it looks
true.
Great,
That's true.
It's beautiful. It looks like damn Rocky Marciano.
But I know that he's just never
Yeah.
gonna do anything that really like he's competitive. Like there's nothing he's gonna be competitive
Dude.
about. There's no fight that he's
Wait.
gonna take that he might actually lose.
Dude, check this. Let's just keep it 100. I'm gonna just just let it all out there. Let's just call it what it is. He was supposed to fight Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury gave the bid away and said, I let up easy on that last guy because I wanted Jake Paul to think I wasn't good at boxing. I knew that there was a no KO clause in the Woodley fight. He's only signing no KO clause fights. It's purely for entertainment. It's no different than a WWE wrestling match.
That's what it
feels like. And then he called that out at a press conference. And then 2 days later, he magically has a broken rib.
That's what it feels. It feels like
and
more entertainment rather than.
And
he
had the magic. What do you say? The magic blood stopping stuff.
Bro,
I saw that. I saw some pictures of him bleeding.
That's during the fight.
Well, I saw some pictures of him bleeding during the fight, and then right afterwards, he was not even like messed up.
They literally made a joke of it, and were like, it was literally made a mockery of, and it was like that was the thing. It's like this is full-time Disney movie, but like check this out. So Tyron Woodley hits him with an elbow, which looks definitely intentional as well. Yeah, See, I'm not fake on both sides of it. I'm fake on I'm not fake on one side of it. I'm being honest on both sides of it. So it's like I'm not being Woodley biased. I'm saying that elbow. Tyron Woodley is a world champion at landing elbows on your head.
Oh, no
That's
doubt.
what he does for a living.
Yeah,
he was the best in the world at doing it for a living. He was the most unstoppable person in the world at doing it. So to think that he can't do it to some dude that was on the Disney Channel 6 years ago is kind of weird to me.
It's crazy.
Okay, I'm just saying.
And we've gotten to the point where Jake Paul he's like mid-level, like amateur. Like he's gotten into shape. He can hit some okay shots, but he shouldn't be knocking out guys, and he wouldn't knock out a legitimate
so can the man
amateur.
next to you.
Yeah, exactly. But he there's no way if you put him against, like they were talking about him fighting Canelo. That's insane. That is absurd to me.
Dude, Canelo
that's
is
ridiculous.
a demon.
Here's a. Let me see if
Canelo is a bad.
Here it is.
Let's do it. I don't even. Yeah. It's great shot.
We'll see if it comes up.
Turn your
Hey,
turn your
Tyron
phone
Woodley.
down.
Yeah.
Turn your phone straight up.
Like yeah.
Technical. There we go.
Oh no, that was great. I saw.
No, do it the other. Yeah, go back the other way.
Yeah, that's fine.
It kind of worked out pretty good. But
I mean, but you
down.
see, look at how Woodley drops his hands.
Does it not look just like Askren? Yeah, okay.
It was the exact. It did look the exact same thing as Askren. He flatlined him a little more. And he hit him hard. I don't think it was a fake hit. I think Woodley definitely bought it. Like he was not gonna not.
He definitely cracked that ass. No, he cracked that ass. Don't get it twisted. But the point of the fight was to crack that ass. Like that.
Yeah, that's all that was.
You're gonna go out here and get this whooping. You know when you're in trouble at home, when you done something. And then told your mom and dad about it, and you know you're going to get whooped when you get home. You're going to get that ass cracked. He knows he's going to get that ass cracked when he walked out the backstage.
And like in the first one.
A big old fat check.
And in the first one, too, whenever Woodley hit him and he kind of stumbled on him a little bit, Jake Paul was literally, he was in a lot of trouble. He was legitimately in trouble. But then you saw Woodley back off. You know he was never going to finish that fight. It just wasn't going to happen.
For people who don't know anything like me about any of this.
turn your headset up. You're a little bit low in mine.
So for people who don't know anything about but he's making money maybe he's getting beat at boxing, but he's making money at boxing some way.
Oh, Tyron Woodley probably made more with that one fight than he probably would more than a year in the UFC, especially now that he's on his decline.
Even if you're getting beat.
That's the thing. And I have no problem with Woodley doing it.
He made more in these two fights.
Paycheck.
I have no problem with Woodley taking either of those fights. But the problem is
he's whole UFC career put together.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, undoubtedly. But the problem is Woodley is like on his decline now in his career, and like more people know Tyron Woodley is because of Jake Paul, and he's made more money because of Jake Paul than he would in the UFC in his declining years. And yeah, he's a UFC champion, but he was never he was a wrestler. He's a wrestler. That's mainly what he does. And the same with Ben Askren. You ask anybody for a time, Ben Askren was the best wrestler outside of the UFC, and I agree with that. But even when Askren signed with the UFC, he was already past his prime to a point. He struggled against Robbie Lawler, and then he got that knee from Jorge Masvidal, and then that was it. His career was over. He also made more money and has more people know about him because of Jake Paul.
No doubt, dude. I mean, the whole Woodley thing is perfect. I mean, it's the perfect storm. Now, don't get it twisted. Like, Jake Paul is a genius, and he is great for boxing. He's great for the sport that I love. He is a genius, marketing. Obviously, if you can get hundreds of millions of people to watch you do the most basic stuff on Instagram and make them laugh, and then get on Disney and then just be a super. I hear he's a nice kid, and I think that dude would be a normal dude just like anybody else. He's just somebody that was like
his whole persona is a complete front.
Yeah. It's an act.
It's literally like wrestling.
It's exactly like wrestling, except for he's just really learning how to throw his hands. And everybody in this conversation, including young Jamie, but better back there with the knot on Sky, knows that you can look really good on pads, and you can look really good on video, and you can look really good on the bag, and when you step in there, you can look like you never ever put on a pair of gloves.
It's totally different. And like with his brother, with Logan, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, at least he's stepping in there with a name that everybody knows in the world of boxing. It's a different story.
Right.
And Logan is not as much into that realm, or he doesn't get his name on like SportsCenter or ESPN or on the UFC. But at least he like set himself up with a legitimate boxer. Even though Floyd's kind of past his prime and he never probably would have knocked Logan out, but at least he stepped in there with a legitimate boxer.
Speaking of that, you explain this to me. Was it Mahomes' brother, Patrick? Because Bradley was trying to explain that to me last night, and there's something with Patrick Mahomes' brother that he's out.
I'm just gonna say that Patrick Mahomes' brother is the cringiest human being alive. I would so much rather be best friends with Jake Paul rather than Patrick Mahomes.
Anything with it?
He did. What was the thing that he did? Something with a restaurant. He wrote like a review or something about a restaurant, and then they roasted him back.
Well, he didn't get seated because of.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. And they said like the service was slow.
And dude, check this out. They probably knew it was his brother. Maybe they did. Maybe he was out of town.
Oh, for sure.
He was probably such a bad customer, just naturally as a human being, that they wrote a bad review on his ass, not knowing even who he was.
I guarantee you they knew who he was because he probably told everybody who he was.
Right.
I think they deleted the review. The restaurant did. I don't know if Patrick did, but. He came in there with a crew that was loud and obnoxious and wanted to get exactly what they wanted, when they wanted it, all that kind of garbage. And then they were going to write a bad review anyway.
Dude, and he is General Sherman of that crew, brother. Let's just call it what it is. That guy he's a nasty fella. He's a nasty.
I wouldn't even know him if he walked in the room, but
nobody would know him in the room unless he told you exactly who he was.
And if he did, I would act like I wouldn't know him.
He doesn't get no respect from anybody. He shouldn't. He shouldn't get any respect from anybody. He hasn't done anything.
So I
want to leave one note on the Paul and Woodley fight. Both fighters got paid, or got a guaranteed $2 million before the pay-per-view. So that plus pay-per-view buys. I don't know how they did.
I'm sure these buys were probably more than previous fights.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sure.
I think 60.
They called 60, and I don't know how many they sold, but they got 2 million.
But
plus
check this:
buys.
it being 60 is interesting because I just watched Gervonta Davis fight Isaac Cruz. Who? Isaac Cruz get his hand broken, go 12 rounds, and I paid $75 and was asleep before the co-main event.
How much was the Paul pay-per-view?
Something ain't right.
How much was that pay-per-view?
60.
Was it $60?
It was 60. So it was more affordable. It was more entertainment. He took $2.5 million because he's got so many more million than all these other promoters acting like they got millions. He really got that. He's really, how old is this guy? 24, 25, 26,
yeah, like 24,
whatever.
25. But he's made more
he's
than...
a child.
He's a kid. He's made more than most people...
He's a baby.
In like the UFC. I don't know how much... Like, aside from like the Conor McGregor's...
That's it.
That's literally the only person who's probably made more money than him in combat sports. Aside from like a Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao.
In combat sports.
That's it.
Speaking of Conor McGregor, was that a real picture of him?
Oh, the picture on Instagram. Did you see this? Yeah, that does not look like him. Not at all.
Dude, that boy is on that Mexican hot
salsa. Dude, he is wild out. He was like walking a week after his leg break. I'm like, no, he's on something. He's on the Anderson Silva recovery program.
He on that Peyton Manning, dog.
We're gonna see what.
He is on that.
Yeah, see if you can pull up the picture.
Our lovely assistant Brock's gonna see if he can pull it up.
But while we're on the subject, I wonder how much. Like, take someone like just under Conor McGregor. If you look at someone like
there it is,
like a Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yeah, there's the picture.
Yeah, how much weight? Did he put his weight?
Dude, he's huge.
I heard 190 something.
Like if I saw him walking around, which we have one time, I wouldn't recognize him.
You got to.
I'm always gonna put that in there. Yeah, I met Conor McGregor. I'm never gonna not mention that.
Hey, I am the biggest Conor McGregor supporter ever. Please don't come at me. I am biased.
Until he punches the old people at bars.
Take steroids, Conor. Knock everybody out. Get back to it. Make me feel good.
The UFC won't. They won't sanction him.
I need you back.
It's like the Brock Lesnar thing. Brock Lesnar tested positive, but they didn't.
Will, though.
Oh, they'll test him, but they're not gonna he's not gonna have the repercussions of like a Nick or Nate Diaz.
They'll give him the John Jones treatment. They'll transfer venues to.
They give them boys nothing for nothing.
What's John Jones up to? I don't even know. He got that one thing that they talked about.
Who's John Jones?
Oh,
good question.
Yes. Well, this can be a really long podcast. Okay, if you really want to get interested,
we might have to do a John Jones special.
If you want to know human psychology, please let's look up John Jones because there'll be a big story about that.
I'll give you the highlights. He's
the best fighter of all time.
He is the best pound for pound fighter of all time. But he's also tested positive like 3 times.
Youngest UFC champion.
UFC. He's never been stopped
for everything.
And literally, he's the best in every category. He's kind of like the Tiger Woods, a great competitor, but deeply flawed. Deeply flawed.
But the best. Untouchable.
Well, I guess Tiger didn't hit a pregnant woman and then leave her in a hit and run. He did that.
He didn't know she was but to say that he didn't know she was
That's true. That's true. He didn't know she was pregnant. But at the same time, he had a hit and run.
So he's a dick.
And then he just left. He came back and got money or something and then left again. Speaking of Tiger Woods, he actually played this weekend.
He came back and got a pipe, bro.
That's what he came back for whatever.
The Tweety Bird.
His son is better than him or something.
We're talking about Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
His son is a legitimate player.
Yeah.
They just did you watch any of the the PNC Championship or whatever?
Well, I've only seen the Go to breakdowns.
I'm gonna put a spoiler out there. Is
Goda?
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
That kid, I watched Championship Sunday from hole 10 to 18. Dude, he is ridiculous. It's insane. The shots that he can hit
is he as good as he's supposed to be?
Oh, he is just as good. The only thing he doesn't have is the long game because he's 12 and 4 foot tall. If he gets to be 5'8" or 5'10", he will destroy everybody.
And here we go.
How tall is Tiger?
He is probably average height, maybe 5'9", 5'10". He's
He
not
seems
huge.
like a pretty big guy.
I see.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Well, we got Jamie.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's fact check. I want to
And-
know. Let's get guesses. 5'11".
I'm gonna say he's 5'10".
I would say 5'10".
What you got?
Travis, what do you think?
I said 5'11".
6'1".
Wow, he's 6 foot tall.
Oh,
I never would have
big
guessed
boy.
that.
Hey, my dad told me, this is probably 12, 13 years ago. He said that Tiger benched 325 on him.
I'd believe it.
Pull up 325,
I believe
315 on you when he was working out like a Marine.
Well, and that's the thing.
so
He's a
hurt now.
ridiculous athlete. Like on like a whole, he's insane. Because, like when you think about it, when you're talking about like greatest of all times, like think about the people that we have watched like in this generation that are legitimately the best of all time. Like you've got Michael Jordan. I know people will say LeBron, but I think MJ is a better player. You got Tiger Woods. You got Messi and Ronaldo.
Yes,
Lionel Messi.
You got Conor McGregor. Like, all these guys move the needle an insane amount. But at the same time, they've also had more, like, eyes on them just because of, like, modern-day cameras and sports and all this kind of stuff.
Speaking of grades,
no
Tom
doubt.
Brady had a good night the other night.
I forgot to mention Tom. I do think he's the greatest quarterback of all
like
time.
it,
Just putting that out there. But they got shut up for what? The first time in like 22, 25 years? However long Tom Brady was been playing.
That's life, Tom. Welcome to reality. Hey, welcome to Earth, Tom.
See, I wanted the Patriots to win the Super Bowl this year, so the Brady-Belichick debate will continue to live on. Because you thought it was over when Tom won the Super Bowl for the Tampa Bay.
We did.
And I still think it's mostly Brady.
And then he drafted Mac Jones, and we were like, damn it, he did it again.
Hey, I think Mac Jones is a great pick. He drafted
Mac Jones, and we were like,
Mac Jones.
That's what I'm saying. He drafted Mac Jones, and everybody was like, well, he got a guy that is a guy that he's going to like, and we obviously know they can win the game.
I'm going to admit.
So, sounds like he's going to win a lot of games.
I'll admit this the whole time I've been watching football right here as it's been going on.
Yes, he's watching.
The Bears and the Vikings are playing right now. But at the same time, I think.
Is that how is that going? That can go so many ways.
It's pretty boring. Justin Fields fumbled. The Vikings should have had an interception there, but the Bears are losing 10-0. Or yeah,
the smooth transition to football.
Speaking of quarterbacks, how do you feel about your best friend Bo Nix going to Oregon?
Who? No, hey. You know how like there's family. Hold on, I'm trying to get in the camera here. I'm tripping. What is going on?
I'm just gonna put this out there right now.
Okay, check this out there. No, okay, you do what you do.
I'm just gonna say he is like at Auburn. They kind of kept going back to him because I feel like they had to because his dad played there. But he's not gonna get the leeway he did at Oregon.
Or is he?
He might. Who's their quarterback right now?
Like super charismatic.
He
bro?
might be.
What if he's like What if he's just like got like this? What if he's just like a poker player out there with them dudes? Like, what if he is just talking mad game?
He's not gonna have to deal with. He's not gonna have to deal with the big guys like he does in the SEC. But all those guys out there are lightning. They are gonna be so fast. Like the SEC lacks in speed in the secondary.
Bro.
That's the thing. He is quick, but he's gonna have to deal with the quickness of the secondary.
But he's gonna have. But the receivers are faster, and he overthrows everybody.
That's a fact. That's a big fact.
I mean, come on.
He went in the transfer portal
right now.
and he made it out.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he made it out.
He made it out to the elite. He made it out. He made it up.
That's the funny thing, though. He did. What do they call that?
Where can he go?
Did not do a Dan Mullen.
What do they call that? They call that failing upwards.
Oregon, dude.
Hey, does anybody know how the transfer portal actually works?
It's so confusing. I tried to read up on it the other day, but so Bama picked up one of the DBs from LSU, right? I don't know because Bama lost Josh Jobe because of a foot injury. He had surgery. So I don't know if the guy they picked up is eligible to play like against Cincinnati Or I don't know. I don't know how it works. It might work like that, but I legitimately do not know.
Let's start trading players every game.
Yes. Hey, let's just go.
Yes, exactly.
For Alabama,
if we're going to trade, let's trade every game.
Yes.
Eli Ricks is the guy's name.
Who Tank Davis for a couple of y'all's linemen every now and then. Like when Tank Davis is playing when we're playing Georgia State, y'all can have them. But let's get those offensive linemen that week.
But here, think about this. What if
you
have
no interstate?
No interstate. But what if you have?
I can't ride on the interstate.
You get 5 transfer or 5
credits.
We'll say transfer games a year. And you have to play them strategically. So, if you're Alabama or you're Auburn and you want a team in the SEC to lose, you loan some of your best players out to that other team that's playing against them.
We're not doing those European soccer bull. Hey, we're not doing none of that.
XFL goes college.
Yes, it's like the XFL.
But no.
But the transfer puddle is just seems like it's a mess.
We didn't talk about this the other day.
Transfer puddle is the perfect name.
Puddle.
We did talk about this the other day.
Puddle.
And I'm curious to see what you think about this, Travis. Okay, so you've got a guy. So you're out of high school. You make a lot of money with NIL now. So you go to a school.
Milo's tea.
Milo's
this podcast sponsored by Milo's tea.
Hey, pull up. Now y'all gonna get that boy paid now. He already getting. He signed some guaranteed. He got it like that, man.
He got it quick, and I'm sure he'll get some more in Oregon.
Yeah, but he better.
Plus, Oregon, they get all the Nike stuff anyway. So there's that.
Oh my God, that boy went from Under Armour to Nike. He didn't finesse the whole game.
He's failing upwards. He's failing upwards.
Y'all the only people think. Y'all the only people that think I'm going to the NFL. I know my sorry ass ain't going to the NFL. I'm about to get all this money right now.
He's got to stay in college for as long as possible and make as much money in college as possible. Yeah. But, okay, so here's this.
Senior.
So we've got the transfer portal now, and you got a bunch of kids making money now. But you got kids going into colleges, and then they transfer out. Like, they're in the transfer portal in 6 months. Okay, that's fine. The problem is whenever you move somewhere and expect to have a starting job right then. Because the thing I get about people moving, because whenever you get recruited by college, I never did, but if a guy comes in. But if a guy comes in to recruit you and he's telling you all this, we have these, protocols and we have this as a weight room and sports science and you'll get playing time, and then you don't get any of that when you get there. Okay, that's fine. They got you there, but now you don't have a chance to move. That's every place. Exactly. So the problem is when a kid goes there and then they find all the empty promises, they want to leave. And that's fine if they want to leave after year one because nothing got delivered on, or coaches change. Like we've seen, a lot of coaching changes all the time.
Because they're able to leave, they're able to up and leave in the middle of the night. So why are the players not?
Exactly? Why are the players locked into it?
That's my only question: is why are the able to leave in the middle of the night? Literally, that's what Lane Kiffin did.
He did. That was one thing we talked about.
Can we fact check that?
He did. He left pretty quickly. He's on it now. So we had talked about this, and we had stolen it from another podcast. Shout out to Late Kick with Josh Pate. But they were talking about revamping a lot of the the off season, the transfer portal, all that crap. And we had talked about so you get a deadline day as far as transfer portal. So if end of season comes up, January or
so a trade deadline.
A trade deadline. Yeah, exactly. You get a window. You get as soon as the national championship ends, a month from that. So that'd be 6th of February, somewhere around there. That's the days you get a transfer. You can have stuff set up with teams before that. That's recruiting. It's exactly what it is.
Signing period, right?
It is. We just had early signing day too, and Florida is down really bad. We won't talk about that.
Well, Auburn is up.
Oh, they're as good as they could look right now. Same with Texas A&M.
Brother.
But if you're up, and the team sucks next year, they're just going to transfer out.
That's the problem.
There's no loyalty.
Or they're going to fire the coach.
Or the coach will get a better job and leave. The thing is, like with old dude Lincoln Riley from USC, or went from Oklahoma to USC, and now you got guys following him. And I think that's not a bad idea. Like, that's totally fine.
That's always happened.
And yeah, it's a good idea.
Joey Gatewood went down to UCF with Gus Malzahn, and his ass threw 3 passes this year. He
it was not great. Does Gus still have a job?
Hey, at the end of he won more games than Brad Harsin did.
That's the truth.
Also, I have the story on Lane Kiffin.
I'm not
says that the
either.
press conference was called around 10 p.m. at night. That was when he called his press conference to announce his departure.
Who is this?
Lane Kiffin. When he left Tennessee.
That's an early night for him.
That's true. His recruiting stuff is the best.
He was just getting started on the weekend.
He was just getting started.
That boy was going to jump on the jet like Future and just be out of there. Where did he go? Where did he leave Tennessee for?
He went to
it says
USC?
Southern California. It was in 2010.
My Lord.
Yeah, okay, that was
LA
that's right.
He left at 10 on – he left the press conference was at 10. That boy was out of there by 10:22. He said hi and bye.
Loaded.
That boy that boy jumped on the jet to L.A. and was in L.A. at 8 and was good to go for the rest of the night.
Who is the player that is in a New Year's 6 game that's not going to play?
Okay.
I mean,
if we get onto this topic, I will not get off of it. But if we talked about
unless we talk about golf,
but if we start talking about opt-outs,
Lane Kiffin,
I am going to be. It's going to be awful. So with opt-outs, Kenny Pickett is the guy you're thinking of. He plays for Pittsburgh, quarterback, Heisman. Was he a Heisman finalist? Might have been. I don't care. I don't care about the guy anyway.
Pittsburgh?
Yes. He did the fake slide, which I've also got an opinion on that anyway.
Oh, is that who's doing it?
Yes. He plays with his quarterback who plays with 2 gloves. It annoys the heck out of me. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, man, that'd be me. That'd be me because he's just Michael Jackson fresh to death. Like, did he just like Michael? Well, Michael Jackson. Michael just had
he only had one glove. Michael Jackson only had 1 glove.
Okay.
This guy's playing quarterback with 2 gloves.
I got to check you.
So he came out saying that he was going to opt out because he's a first-round draft pick. Here's my problem. We talk about loyalty with the transfer portal, and maybe a team gives up on you or say you're not going to get the playing time you got promised early on. Here's the problem. Whenever you're a Kenny Pickett and you get picked up by an FCS team in Pittsburgh, and they rely on you, they trust you for 4 years.
Oh.
Exactly.
FCS.
Okay. Some people knew. People who deeply are in college football.
They're going to the ACC championship, are they not?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. They are. I lied. They're not an FCS team, but they feel like an FCS team. But the problem is
I got a Georgia Tech flag. Hey, bro, I done seen some weird things.
Hey, Georgia Tech had a good couple of years. We all know that they're Power 5.
Yeah,
I forget that
there's
any other team in the ACC aside from Clemson. But the problem is when you get guys like terrible, that,
bro.
And you've got a team that they relied on you. Oh yeah, there's a Michael Jackson glove. That's it right there. The problem is
he need to put that up. Oh.
He does. He needs to wear 2 of them. The problem is whenever you get guys like that,
you might be.
There it is.
You got it.
Well,
the picture, yeah.
There's
the Kenny Pickett right there.
Just to clarify, Pickett came in 3rd during the Heisman.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Man, Pickett is cold, and Pickett was my Heisman.
Hutchinson.
He's a great player.
He was going to go throw back a cold once after they beat somebody, Clemson's ass or something.
I like watching him play. The biggest problem is, though, whenever you get a guy like that and you take your team to a New Year's Six Bowl, nobody cares about Pittsburgh until you're in a New Year's Six Bowl, and then you decide not to play in the biggest game in your program's history in the past at least decade. That makes me so angry. You have a team that has relied on you. They built you up to be a first-round draft pick. You get all your NIL money.
But What if they win? What if they get?
If they win without him, I would love it. I would love it.
Even better.
I would
love y'all's curious
that.
mind. Just trust me, I'm not hating on what y'all saying. If you ain't playing, you're a whatever I think of you. Play football, but hey, if you want to get your money, you a boss. So like it is,
and that's
what
fine.
it is. Like to me, like he's gonna get his money, and he's that boy playing business. He's been playing business the whole time. He's Conor McGregor anyway.
I think
Conor McGregor, they always said duck the best fighters, but he ended up getting all the bag.
Except for when he fought Khabib. That's when he fought an actual elite.
And he can play, brother.
Exactly. But the problem I have
your
with
boy
this,
can play,
especially nowadays, because the thing with college football is we're trying to get rid of opt-outs and we're trying to take some of the elite teams and level the playing the field. There's a way to level the playing field, which we don't have to get into tonight. Yes, 100%. That's why people,
as in Alabama one level and everybody else under. Is that what I mean? Level as in leveled off, as in we chop the head off everybody.
I think they realize that they can't chop the head off the snake, and they're trying to get like cannon fodder in there to try and do that. That's why they're talking about like a 12-team playoff, and it's awful. But the problem is.
No, I don't like y'all know I don't like no 12. I don't like whatever. We can go back to BCS. You just got to show up when it's time to show up.
See, we talked about this. We talked about a 16 playoff. 16 playoff. 1 and 2 get a bye. Exactly. That's fine. Like we're at the playoff point where the playoffs are never going away. We're not going back to the BCS, but I would love it if we would. But the playoffs are here to stay. And I think having 4 teams in there is a little rough. Although the expansionists had their kind of got their points kind of downgraded because they always said a team that's not in the Power 5 will never make it, but Cincinnati is there. And if they go beat Alabama, then we shouldn't have a playoff expansion.
Well,
do we think they'll beat Alabama though?
I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think that they're going to beat Alabama. I think Bama will spank them by 20 plus.
There should be disclaimers here.
No, Benjamin.
There should be some disclaimers.
The real thing.
Alabama fans, raise your hands. Auburn fans, raise your hand.
He can do that now because they don't have Bo Nix anymore.
But that should be one of our disclaimers. But you know.
Oh, we're biased.
Hey, I am a War Eagle fan. Hey, but let's just call it what it is. Alabama is going to be I'm taking Alabama by 725 points. Anyway, that's just stupid talk. Why do you think that happened?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
don't
just
think
weird, guys.
There's no chance that Cincinnati goes out and beats Bama. Unless they have like some serious injury problem, I don't think they will.
Let Alabama really suck though. But let Alabama really
here's the
be
thing.
who
when Bama played Notre Dame last year in the playoffs, I remember someone saying like Bama didn't look as dominant, or they didn't put up as many points they did in the regular season. But the point is, in the regular season, you have to kind of meet the eye test. You have to go out and dominate teams. But if Bama they're already in the playoffs when they play Notre Dame. If they can coast through that game and still win by 14 or 21, it doesn't matter at that point because they made it to the national championship. They no longer have to fit.
Did they win the national championship that year?
Yeah, last year.
They played Notre Dame last.
They did, didn't they? Wasn't it last year, Notre Dame? Yeah, because Najee Harris hurdled that guy in the first quarter.
Well, that was in the the first round.
That was in the playoff game. Did we lose Travis? That's a great space to be stuck on. He may or may not come back. We'll find out. His phone might have died. Oh, there he is. I hear him.
Oh,
nope, that was myself echoing.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, I was looking up the line on.
What is it, like 17?
Actually, I was looking up the strength of schedule.
Oh.
Let's see what.
Oh, there he is back. Pull him back up.
Hey.
There we go. You're back now.
Yeah.
We were about to go into strength of schedule.
Oh, damn! I must be far behind because I was nowhere there.
So
yeah, we got a whole conversation.
We got it pulled up.
Not yet. Still looking.
But what were we talking about just before that?
Well, I was talking about.
He said Alabama was going to win.
That's right.
Travio was saying that Alabama's going to win by 725 points. But so the thing is, Alabama was playing Notre Dame. Was where I left off. I had forgot that. I can't keep up with who they play off in the playoff. That's like keeping up with who they play in the regular season every year. They haven't missed the playoff, and Alabama hasn't missed the playoff since there's been a playoff.
They missed one. When
2020
Tua got hurt. I remember because Auburn. When Tua got hurt and Mac had to take over, they played Michigan in some VRBO Bowl or something like that.
Wait, Tua?
No, Tua got hurt, and Mac played against Auburn and threw those 2 picks.
Yeah, that was the year Tua broke.
Y'all went to the playoff, brother.
No, we didn't. I'm about to pull it up. Hold on.
Y'all missed the playoff?
Pull it up. We missed it one time.
I didn't know that. I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, brother. I'm sorry, but I'm saying I thought every playoff y'all that has ever been played, y'all been in.
Missed. It was 2 years ago? It was the year Tua broke his hip.
Really?
It was the year LSU and Clemson played.
Yeah, it was the year LSU
with Joe
won
Burrow.
Does LSU beat Ohio State in the semis?
Yes.
So,
Clemson beat
power rankings.
Clemson beat. Who did they beat?
Somebody. Sorry, I don't.
Was
know.
it? I don't think Georgia made it that year.
Alabama.
Yeah, my first thought was Georgia, but
Alabama 8th strength of schedule.
So Alabama was number 8.
What's
Cincinnati?
Auburn 7th.
Auburn's a 7. Yeah, they had a tough season this year.
Win.
Wait, when what?
This year.
When was this? This is when. But that wasn't the whole season.
No. Well, no. Wait, this year?
That's just end of the season.
Is that end of season or beginning of this season? That's a good question. I don't know.
They're weird. That whole thing is weird to me.
This is December 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's after the fact that we suck.
Yeah. So, well, and that's the thing. When you look at strength of schedule, if I look at the season at the beginning of the year, you look at games like Arkansas and LSU, those are kind of easy games. But Arkansas had a decent season. They didn't end very well. But
LSU's an easy game
no,
beginning of the season?
not anymore. I wouldn't say that now. Especially after Coach O left, they really had nothing left to lose. So, I think they just went for it.
No, I'm saying before the season you thought they were going to?
Yeah, I still thought their secondary was pretty bad. Which for Alabama, I thought that was an easy enough thing that they could just put as many points through the air as possible.
I can't find Cincinnati.
I think I saw it and they were 124.
Yes.
I think we lost Travis again.
Yeah, it was in 2019. LSU beat Oklahoma in the semis, and Clemson beat Ohio State.
Why did I do that?
Okay. And Clemson beat Ohio State, and then obviously LSU went on to beat Clemson.
I thought LSU beat Ohio State. They beat Oklahoma.
28-63. Was that when they had Jalen? Was that Jalen's senior year? Jalen Hurts?
I think he was 2018. I think he graduated in 2018. I hope so. I don't want to say Jalen could be like that. Oh, Travis is back now.
Turn off my Wi-Fi. I think that's better.
Okay, yeah, we'll see if that works. But yeah,
it was
Oklahoma, LSU. What'd you say? Clemson and Ohio State. Those are the four that
makes
won
sense.
that season. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because I don't recall stuff like that. If Auburn ain't in it,
I'm not any of those teams, to be honest.
Nothing. Yeah, well, they're interesting in the fact that they're always do the same thing every year.
I think Justin Fields just took the worst sack, and I think he fumbled the ball too in the red zone. That's poor.
Was it a hard hit?
No, he tried to fake a jump pass, and then he just held on to the ball. You just got to get rid of that. I don't know if.
Dude.
Oh, it was a fumble too. Wow, they lost.
Did
they lose it or did they pick it back up? I think Fields recovered it.
Okay, so is Fields worse than Long?
Zach Wilson? No. I just thought that was
Is Zach Wilson the worst of all three?
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, he went to the Jets.
Damn, that just shows you I ain't even on my shit. But it's the Jets, though. It doesn't count.
That's the thing. It's the Jets.
Bro.
But at the same time, you got to look at Trevor Lawrence, and he's at the Jaguars, and now Urban Meyer's fired because their season was awful. So,
but they are at least
you can't really compare
the
them.
Jaguars, like they're not named the Jets, so that makes a difference.
Yeah, everybody at the Jets is awful.
Well,
they got it back.
The Jaguars 2 and something.
They're awful. They're awful.
Dude, yeah, they're awful, and their coach is out there going full Donald Trump locker room talk, really doing it on people though. Like, why is he doing that? Like,
he and Coach O could be great friends off the field.
Oh yeah, what did he do to the kicker?
Or Lane Kiffin, Lane
Kiffin,
Coach
yeah.
O could really have
Lane Kiffin and Coach O could make like a boy band.
And me in that thing, and
what their boy band name?
We having a good night.
What's that?
Coach O, Lane Kiffin, and Urban Meyer. What would their boy band name be?
And
Coach
and
O
me,
and the
bro,
assistants?
Bro.
Come on over there.
Bro, and I'm playing keys. I'm like Stevie Ray Vaughan's backup key player on that one, bro. I'm just back there faded. What are you talking about? I am in that band, bro. Put me in.
So what coaches? What band?
It's Urban Meyer, Lane Kiffin, and Coach O. I would say
it's called Never Been Nowhere.
Never Been Nowhere. I like that.
What instruments would each of them play?
Ooh.
Coach O would sing.
No, yeah.
No, they could play a lot of Motorhead.
It would be death metal.
Or
like old school Motorhead.
But Coach O's got to play like some kind of Cajun
it'd be folk music, bro.
Coach O's got to play something like Cajun, like the washboard or something. He's just sitting there like that.
Bro, he's got whatever the instrument is with the rusty ass spoon.
Yeah, he plays the washboard. He just like holds it up to himself and he's
bro. He's got jambalaya stuck in his throat forever.
Also, I love Brian Kelly doing the Southern accent. Man.
Bro,
it's so good.
My family's so good down here. We're glad to be down here.
So good. He was at Notre Dame for so long. I always just kind of pictured him with like an Irish accent, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro.
Oh, the Bears kicked a field goal.
He's a leprechaun. He's a leprechaun.
Dude, what did he talk like at Notre Dame when he went?
I always pictured him talking like an Irish person.
He said the whole team should die.
Yes, I was just about to bring that. I saw that the other day. He said, "See if you can pull that up."
I've never heard
love
great things about.
It's Brian Kelly talking about executing his players. Just pull that up. He said it as a joke, which I laughed. I loved it. It was hilarious and how bad it was.
Me too, but I still wanted to slap it.
What game was that after? It was early in the season. They lost the game. Or no, they should have lost. Was it against FSU?
It was against FSU for sure.
This is out of my realm.
It was.
No, it was
FSU one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
It was like after FSU lost to Jacksonville State, or like,
and then they almost lose, and then Notre Dame almost got beat by FSU. But Notre Dame almost got beat by FSU, and then FSU turned around and lost to Jacksonville State. Yeah, that's what it was. But Jacksonville State? Is
that where Deion Sanders?
Yeah, that's where Deion. That's where the number one transfer.
No, that's Jackson State.
Oh,
Jackson
I'm sorry.
State?
Yeah.
State.
They lost the other night too.
That's Mississippi.
Is that Jackson?
That's Jackson, Mississippi.
Commercial.
Jackson
it's like
him and Oxford, Alabama.
Playing a guitar in the desert with a wolf.
Deion Sanders is an interesting,
very interesting
deal. First round. First.
So strange.
Top play. Well, that's always first round draft pick and number one player in the country. Usually never live. It's impossible to live up to that hype.
It's impossible to live up to that hype. Tell me a number one draft pick.
Buddy's playing at HBCU. It might be really easy to live up to that hype.
It could be, but tell me a number one draft pick that genuinely lived up to the hype in 3-ish years, or number one recruit.
And that ain't a big sample size, bro. You're cheating.
Okay, all right, 7 years.
Number one draft pick. Can we get to some research?
Yeah, pull up.
While he does that, I'm gonna look at. I found the quote from Brian Kelly.
It was great.
Apparently, he was quoting an old coach,
it was
John
video?
McKay.
Is the video?
Do you have the video? Can we
I
pull
can't.
it up?
I don't have the video.
No, he's stuck.
Because I can't get audio.
Oh my god!
But
he
the
plagiarized. Guys, he
the
plagiarized.
sideline reporter asked what she thought of his team's performance. They were playing Florida State. They were beaten by 18 points. Florida State came back, forced the game to overtime. That Notre Dame ended up winning. So she asked how he thought his team did. So he dropped an old quote from John McKay. I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
I think
we just didn't execute
I think
very
she
well.
said, "What'd you think of your team's execution?" And he said, "I'm all for it," or something like that.
No, she said, "What did you think of your team's ability to withstand Florida State's comeback?"
I think the wording was just awful.
He said every one of them should be dead.
Dude, the
That's what
memes
he
coming
said.
out the day after that were fantastic. They were so
Let
good.
me tell you this. If I was him,
Hey, bring your meme up.
I would say the same. I would say
Keep
the
on.
same thing. I would have said the same thing.
Oh yeah, that was awful. They ended it with a good season, but it was awful.
Die.
Dude, they played
Y'all
so
should
bad that
die
game.
after playing like that. I don't care. Plus that y'all play like bums.
I was glad to see that Mackenzie Milton is back, but he hadn't played
Donald Bumsfield. That's Donald Bumsfield.
What were we talking about just before that? That's all I forgot.
Southern accent.
We were talking
number one
about,
draft picks.
playoffs.
Number one draft picks.
Oh, your number one draft pick. Yeah.
Let me pull up the past number one draft picks in like 20 years. It was like the year 2000.
What's the question here?
Has any of them actually lived up to the
That's
hype?
a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anybody-
Who do we believe? Who do we agree on that has done it?
Like
Has
right
Matt
now,
Stafford
I have
done it?
no idea. I couldn't
Matt
say.
Stafford. That's an easy. That's
Yeah, Matthew
that's an
Stafford would be
easy,
the only one. I'm glad to see he's got a new lease on life.
But has he done it though? But has he done it?
If he didn't go to the Lions, I think he would have been fantastic.
He hadn't won a playoff game.
Yeah,
He
that's
hasn't won a
true.
playoff game.
But he spent most of his career at the Lions. You can't expect that of him.
He spent most of his career with Calvin Johnson, sir.
That's true.
Speaking of memes earlier, Brian Kelly, we have our meme of the week.
Probably got
So if anyone wants to leave a comment for this meme,
Okay, so I
we'll
think
give you a shout out next week.
Yeah, I think the goal is comment the best caption
Oh,
for
is that
this
Frank
meme.
Gore?
It's Frank Gore. Yeah.
Yahtzee.
All right, so here we go. From the year 2000, the number one draft pick in the year 2000 was Courtney Brown, defensive end from Penn State, went to the Cleveland Browns. Nobody
Wait,
wants
is
to
this coming out of high school or
No, this is going into
to
the
the draft?
NFL.
Okay.
All right, number 2, we know this name, Michael Vick. He played out pretty darn well. So we'll give that one.
Okay.
So we're 1
All
for 2.
I'm done. I lost.
We're 1 for 2. David Carr.
Okay, I'm done.
David Carr out of Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Let's see. Over 10 seasons, he ended up throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. Afraid he doesn't make the pass.
Let's give him an asterisk and a caveat. Let's give David Carr an asterisk and a caveat. He took on an expansion team, the Houston Texans.
Yep.
Right? And that's a tough gig. First year team?
That is a tough game.
Rookie quarterback? First
Yeah,
pick?
he was the first.
And your
he was
brother
the first
goes
pick
on to
of the
be a
expansion.
starter at the Ravens? at the Raiders forever?
Did he? Said he had 10
Derek
seasons.
Carr, that's his brother.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Come on.
So next we got Carson Palmer. He's like a 50-50. He when you think of the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback, you think Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer.
And when you think of Cincinnati Bengals,
I think best team in the world.
I don't know.
I think Ocho Cinco. Let's just be real. I think Chad
true.
Johnson.
Oh,
This is what it is.
100%.
Boomer Esiason.
All right,
The
so
Iggy
we're
Shuffle. What we doing?
So we're 2 for 4. All right, the next one up, Eli Manning. He passes the test. All right, so we're 3 for 5. Alex Smith was the first pick in 2005. I wouldn't say he was a success. I was glad to see him back playing again, but not comeback story of the decade, but not the best quarterback.
The trophy should be named after him.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Mario Williams was the
second-round
number one
talent.
pick out of
Second-round
2006.
He was a defensive
let's
end
see.
guy.
He went to Houston Texans out
North
of North
Carolina-
Carolina
what-
State.
Yeah.
11 seasons in the league.
I don't know.
with
Brain
Texans and the
damage. You
Bills.
didn't get me.
He seems like he was pretty good.
Me.
So we could give him like a half and half. So we're like
Was he
5
good? Was he a
for
Pro Bowl?
8.
Was he a Pro Bowler?
No, but he ended his career. It doesn't say. He had 11 years in the league. Spent. He had a total of 97 and a half career sacks. That's pretty good. Out of 11 years, that's not too bad. It's like 9 sacks a season.
If it didn't say. If you can't find no Pro Bowl information, he wasn't a Pro Bowler.
So we'll give him like a half as well.
But is that
2007
living up to first pick?
Yeah. 2007, the worst pick of all time, Jamarcus Russell. 2007 out of LSU to the Oakland Raiders.
The worst pick of all time, agreed.
Awful. He might get 2 in the negative category.
Do you know the classic story on him?
I heard the story a long time ago, but I don't really know a lot about the guy.
The game film?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. So the coach sent him home with game film. Supposed game film.
Uh-huh.
He comes back to practice the next day and says he watched it. And it was a blank. He said he watched it.
That's what I heard about
it. It was blank.
Yeah, so they sent him home with an empty drive saying it was game film. He came back to them and told him he had studied it. Yeah, so he's definitely a bust.
He never watched game film, dude.
All right, so next we got Jake Long.
He's from Mobile, right? Isn't he from Mobile, Alabama?
Is he? Wow, that's an awful name for Alabama right there. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, he's from Mobile. He was like, dude, he was a freak in high school, dude.
Jake Long is the number 1 pick in 2008.
Jake Long.
He was an all-pro player. Had a lot of injuries, though. Missed 33 games.
Where'd he go to school?
Miami. Or no, I'm sorry, Michigan.
Michigan. Oh, I don't even remember that cat.
He had a lot of injuries, apparently. All right, so we're like, what are we at? Like 7 for like 12?
You would have been
what
18.
What year was that?
2008.
Jake Long was the first pick of the draft.
Ponder that for a while. We'll move. Matthew Stafford.
I don't even know who that is.
In 2009.
Do
we know who that one is? So he's a pass. Sam Bradford.
You know how Mel Kiper is wrong all the time?
Uh-huh.
He said that the first game that Matthew Stafford walked out for Georgia as a freshman, he'd be the first pick in the draft. The first game he ever played as a true freshman.
But see, people
he wasn't
say
wrong
that
time. I'm not a Mel Kiper apologist.
I agree with that. But I think people say things all the time, like, and they only get brought up if they're right. Like if he has said that and nobody, and he was like a second rounder, nobody would think about that.
Well, let's look at the Auburn quarterback coach at the beginning of this year said
Bo Nix was going to
be a Heisman winner.
We don't got to look. We ain't got to do. We ain't got no.
We're gonna move on before this degenerates. Thanks, Brock.
A guy we named earlier, Carson Palmer, his brother. What's his brother's name? He ain't nobody special. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not putting any credence behind what he said. But what's his name? What's Carson Palmer, the quarterback guy? Whatever.
I can't remember his name off the top of my
Palmer
head.
Jr. Anyway, his name. Who cares? He said there's an article. People can research this. Type it in on your Google. Do. Palmer, Bo Nix, quarterback, first draft pick. You're going to find out. You're going to say this should be the first pick in the draft this year. I don't believe that. I'm just telling you, people have said that. Well, his ass is not even going out of college. That's crazy.
Nope.
Jordan Palmer?
Jordan Palmer, is that who it is?
Stupid. Jordan Palmer, yeah, Bumsky.
So, 2010.
That's the same guy invites him to his camp.
We have Sam Bradford, quarterback from Oklahoma, went to St. Louis.
Biggest rookie contract of all time. Straight up bump. Donald Bumsky.
Yeah, it wasn't great. He had a lot of injuries too, if I remember.
He had a lot of Jeff Fisher.
2011, Cam Newton out of Auburn.
Cam Newton.
I would say he's a pass. Hey, they made it to the Super Bowl. He was MVP, all that stuff. He gets a pass. 2012.
If they would have had NIL Colgate, Crest.
Oh, he would have made.
He would have been. I mean, I still don't know why. His teeth are the whitest
They're perfect.
teeth
They're
I've
so
ever
good.
seen. They're perfect teeth.
And the thing is, he signed the fastest deal ever out of college. I swear, Auburn won the national championship, and he had an Under Armour, a Beats and an Under Armour commercial the next.
When you talk about guys who could have made a lot of money in the NIL, he is like him and like Tim Tebow are like right up there.
Oh my god! Tim Tebow would have.
2012. A quarterback who is already retired, Andrew Luck. I like him, but I don't think he's a pass.
I like. No, wait. For what? And what on what grounds?
I don't know. I just
on what grounds? Just longevity?
No, not longevity.
But I think longevity has to factor in.
But did he ever
pass or not?
Take them to a playoff?
For sure.
Did he ever take them to a playoff?
Oh, bro, stop tripping with me.
Anyway,
Playoffs?
We're gonna move.
Playoffs?
Who is this?
Andrew Luck?
Who is that?
Is that Andrew?
Playoffs?
Is that Andrew Luck? Is that Andrew Luck on screen right there?
What?
I'll pull it back up. Put it back up. Is that Andrew Luck right there? There's Andrew Luck right there.
Bro, it might be.
It might be. It just might be.
That boy looked like he had cut your head off. Hey,
oh man, he had the best neck beard.
He went to 4 Pro Bowls.
Hey, neck beard.
Oh yeah, he was a Pro Bowler.
Dude, Andrew Luck got hit by I don't know if it was Khalil Mack, one of the baddest linebackers.
It was horrible. He had a horrible career.
He
Not as in like a bad
up
way,
said,
but he had to have the most miserable career.
He popped up and said, "Dude, how's your family doing?"
Oh yeah, dude! Listening to him mic'd up was so
kids?
good. I loved it. I loved it.
Oh, it's like, dude, he's
got to be the nicest guy in the world.
Playing quarterback.
I love listening to him mic'd up.
And will put you on, dude. As I know, he got put on his ass a lot. He put a lot of dudes on their ass.
Let's see. Who's next? Eric Fisher
from
Central Michigan.
Cats,
plays at the Kansas City Chiefs, so I think he automatically gets a pass.
That's a lineman.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he won a Super Bowl. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. He's a good player.
He is, yeah.
He's a really good player.
Jadeveon Clowney's next.
Huge guy. Ooh, that's an interesting
I love watching him play at South Carolina. He was so good. He plays with the Seahawks right now. Is that right?
How?
No,
you were like 12.
He played
yeah,
for
but
the
you remember that
Cleveland
tackle
Browns.
he made?
Yeah.
God, what happened?
It was on Denard Robinson.
Yes,
bowl game.
And before that, who were they playing?
Freak show.
Whoever it was they were playing got a first down, although it definitely was not a first down. They got a good spot by the official, and then immediately the next play after, Clowney goes back down, blows him up, forces a fumble, and picks it up. That's like that's one of the most savage moments I've ever seen. Yeah, he picked it up. That's one of the most savage moments I've ever seen in college football, and proof that the ball does not lie.
I don't even remember yesterday.
And his thumb.
Who's next?
I remember the past 5 minutes.
Jameis Winston is
next. I don't know what month it is. Well,
I'll give Jameis a pass. I didn't think he was great at Tampa Bay.
30 for 30.
I think after he got his LASIK eye surgery, he got a lot better.
Hey, Jameis Winston, 30 for 30, net 0.
Wow, Jared Goff got drafted after Jameis Winston. Why does that feel wrong? I feel like Jared Goff's been in the league since year 2000.
Hey, no. Jameis Winston better quarterback than Jared Goff. Stop playing.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. No doubt. But why do I feel like Goff's been in the league so much longer than Winston has?
Because he's lame. I don't know.
Okay, here's the easiest pick of the lot. I wonder if Myles Garrett has been a success. That's not even a debate.
What's your side?
Oh, he's the second best defensive player in the league.
Right.
Right behind Aaron Donald.
Well, okay, I was going to say who your first was.
This is the first thing that pops up is
defensive lineman, though, right?
I think he might be just the best defensive player overall. Like, as far as, like, consistency
goes. It's easy to put lineman as the best.
Is this what you're talking about?
Because they're so...
Yeah, that's it. That's the play right there.
Let me do it again.
That's the...
It was against Michigan. That's right. And Michigan got a first down that wasn't a first down. And he goes back there and blows them up. I don't know if it'll play that well on the wireless. I think we lost Travis too.
He'll be back in a minute. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, I remember, dude. That was wild. I'll wait for him to come back.
2013 Outback Bowl.
But the funny thing is, the first thing that pops up with Myles Garrett is when he hit when he hit Mason Rudolph in the head with a helmet. I still remember that. That was so good. We all watched that game together. We didn't really watch the NFL a bunch, but I remember that one time he goes up and he just donks Mason Rudolph in the head.
See if I could find another.
I feel like he probably deserved it. I heard he's not a very good person.
Yeah, from what I've heard, Mason Rudolph is not a very good guy.
Who that?
Mason Rudolph. The first thing that pops up when you Google Myles Garrett is when he donked him in the head. Yeah, you're back. When he donked him in the head with the helmet.
I can't see y'all though. Mason Rudolph. You know,
he's a turd.
Say nothing about nothing. I heard that he's a turd boy.
Yeah, here's that hit.
And that's from a real close source. But the starter in front of him is a turd boy too, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Who's next? Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma, Cleveland Browns. I don't know.
He's had a good career. Back on video.
He's made some decent commercials.
Baker Mayfield.
Made some decent commercials, but that's about it.
A good career where?
That's
on
a good
TV?
question. At Oklahoma. Also on his, what is it, Allstate? Is that right?
Yeah, Allstate commercials.
Yeah.
Allstate.
No, let me really give you a real reason why Baker Mayfield has a great career. I was like in college and I came home on like a Thursday night and Baker Mayfield was playing third string quarterback for Texas Tech. He was the backup walk-on. And to see him go from that to walking on Oklahoma and then to being the first pick and winning the Heisman and doing all that, as sorry as his ass is amazing.
Well, that's the thing. like
straight up.
Think about his like college career. Yeah, he's been great in the NFL. But like, I love the video of him. Oh man, I can't remember who they were playing. But he went up to shake the hands at the middle of the field, and they didn't want to shake his hand, and they go out and just absolutely get dominated. Like Baker went off in that game. I loved watching that. That was great.
Oh, I love the dog in him now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Dog.
Up next, Kyler Murray out of Oklahoma. Should he have played baseball instead? That's the question.
Oh, Kyler Murray is the best pick you said all day.
That's all we'll say about baseball.
We don't care about baseball.
Hey, baseball. Hey, for sure get better. For sure get faster. For sure go back on steroids. No doubt. But
go back. They never stopped.
Good point.
I need Mark. You're right. But I need a dude with Mark McGuire 18-inch forearm. So let's pull up. Y'all playing games. We need to go on that trend and that test. Let's go, baseball. I need to see them thing go 500 feet now. Every time I need Barry Bonds pronto baseball or I'm out.
So that's the draft picks.
That's the thing. I love baseball, but it's like, damn it. Dumb.
If you could pick one draft pick overall to like build, so you get your Madden fantasy draft. All those guys, who you picking? Number one.
It'd be none of the first rounders. That's the It'd be none of the first picks. I'm sorry.
That's
It'd be none of the first
that's
pickers.
the only option.
That's his rules.
That's the craziest part.
That's all.
That's
I know
the
my
craziest
pick. I know my
part.
pick.
Who's your pick?
Mine would be Myles Garrett.
But out of all the people so far,
out of the year from the
Murray.
year 2000
Kyler
to
Murray.
2020, Kyler Murray. What about you?
Kyler Murray. I missed a lot of people. I went off. I missed a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Did I not miss like?
No, we stopped. We stopped at Myles Garrett.
Who was before Myles Garrett?
I gotta pull that page back up. Hold on.
I can't see y'all, by the way.
Hang on one second.
Myles Garrett was a weird time. What time? What about? Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking first picks, and it's weird when you just think first picks. It goes by that, right?
But the first pick
That's
goes
so
to the worst
weird.
team.
Jared Goff was the number one before Myles Garrett.
Yeah. He's pretty forgettable.
Yeah. Like I said, I would pick Myles Garrett. If you talk about like guys who are worth more than everybody else on that list, Myles Garrett's number one.
And what was Tom Brady? What was his pick?
That's what I'm saying.
He was like
nobody knew who he was.
200.
Yeah, like 200
pick
plus.
3,000 and unlucky. He was number 3,000.
And now he's number one overall.
Number 3,000 ever.
What were we talking about before we got on?
Not even close. Like 6 times over.
Tom Brady was 199
yeah,
overall.
199. That's insane.
In the 2000 draft pick.
So we go.
Body looked like Gumby.
So Benjamin's over his depression, I guess, after today because he.
Oh God, I played
his
the
golf
worst.
game.
Oh
What
man,
happened?
golf. I just can't. I'm awful. I wish I was good, but I'm just not.
He shot a 51.
Buddy,
I mean,
yeah.
Hey, boy, hey.
He shot a 49 the other day,
Yeah.
and now he's shooting a 51 and he's mad. That's
it's just
the
it's
curse.
just how golf is. I was listening to a podcast while I was
Benjamin,
listening to it.
I've been playing golf longer than you, and I've never even kept score. I kept score for 3 holes the other day and quit.
That's what I do.
That's what Bradley does. That's what Brock and Bradley do.
Yeah.
Okay,
I keep track for 3 holes, and then I hit about 30, and then I just stop counting.
Okay, but here's the
As soon
thing.
as I start keeping track, it's over with.
I am fully aware that golf is the worst sport known to man, and
said
that
it.
The goal of golf is to play
best.
less golf. The less golf you play, the better golf you are. And I was listening to a
Charles Barkley style.
podcast,
and the more money you have.
and the more money you have. That's the fact. I was listening to a podcast. About it was with one professional. His name is Pat Perez, and I love listening to him. He's hilarious. But he was talking about like how, how like it's just the worst sport to play. You get more angry at golf than you would at any other sport in the entire world.
I don't think you have to be.
Good.
I don't think you have to be. I don't think it has to be the worst sport. It's just a sport for perfectionists only.
That's the thing. Because when you play golf, there's nothing else that's like you'll go out. I hit one shot today. It was on the 9th hole. I had par, and I had like a drive like 250, and then I had a 7-iron from like 178 to like 12 feet. And when you do that, and then you go and you skull one off the tee box 5 feet in front of you, you get angry because you know you can do the other one.
It's over. You get more angry.
So much more angry. But at the same time, when I think about
what we've been saying more about, we're always more angry because we're always more terrible at it.
Well, and it's the only sport that it's just you versus yourself. There's nothing like changing.
You chase a score or a shot.
Coming from the person who actually had a hole in one.
Exactly.
Yeah, this guy over here actually had a hole in one. So
who
you can't chase that anymore.
Nobody, so
him,
I'm on
Earl.
blank screen.
The Earl. He has a hole in one. Lord Earl, actually.
Of course. Well, why? Okay, so let me.
It's definitely not me, Travis.
Audience and everybody else.
And it surely ain't me.
Forgive me, Lord. I guessed that it wasn't Earl that did the perfect thing. I don't understand what I was thinking. Lord, please forgive me. Hey, I knew that. What was I thinking? Unless I thought Bradley was in the room.
No, he's not here.
If Bradley was in the room, he had some competition.
Well, and that's the thing. Today, I had a better score than he did, and I was still angry.
To be fair, he was hitting 4 balls.
Bradley was okay.
Yeah, he was fine. He was happy.
But he could keep his score.
But he quick his score. That's the thing. When you don't play official golf, you don't get angry. But my thing is, like, when you think about sports that are, like, purely individual sports, like, I love fishing. But I don't get angry at fishing because I can tell myself in my head if I don't have a good day fishing, oh, the conditions weren't good.
Fishing is not a sport.
You've been fishing a long
time. It is a sport.
Fishing is not a sport. It's, athletic. No, it's an outdoor pursuit.
Can you make money at it? Can you make money at it?
Now,
what's the difference between golf? Because when I throw that thing out there, I don't know where the hell it's going or what's coming back. Sounds like the same thing in golf as me. I don't know. Y'all play a different game than me. Because when I hit that thing, I don't know where it's going.
You can make a lot of money at things that are not sports.
Hey, a year ago, Benjamin is a commentator, sports and football, soccer, and I would never do golf.
I would never do golf unless I get a meet. Like if we're doing like
today you just
high school,
I'd love to do golf.
I would.
It's over a year ago.
But I would love not to sit in the commentary booth. I want to be the guy on the course, like following people. That sounds so much better.
Bro, you would be.
We're approaching the 17th green as somebody.
Charlie Woods steps up to take his shot. He's coming out of the bunker. He's got a
big
ridge on his right. He has to clear.
Yeah.
You better take
God, I love this. Travis, you're going to love this too.
Do I need to find out?
Yes.
You're going to love this too, Travis.
This is one of the best videos I've ever seen.
I can't see it.
Oh, yeah, you can't see anything.
Man. Well,
okay,
love us.
I'll paint you a picture. So we went.
No, Ben, you have to commentate as though you're watching from the booth.
Yeah. I'll say this. So we went.
We
were in Vegas.
I can imagine better than anybody.
We were in Vegas. When was that? Last time me and Bradley went to the TPC, whatever it is, out in Vegas. Yeah, it was me, Bradley, and Davis. Oh yeah, it was just me and Davis. Bradley didn't go. But we went out to watch the PGA Tour when they were in Vegas. When we went to see the Wilder fight, so we went to watch Wilder Fury, the last one, and they had the PGA was out in Vegas.
Don't remind me. You invited me and I didn't go. And
I know that's a shame on you. But you could have also gone watch it.
Yeah,
good golfers actually hit the ball.
After that little PC trip, I'm never taking. I'm never denying another Bumgarner request for a trip again. Let me just y'all can book me for every single one.
So
anyway,
okay, but let me paint this picture real quick. So we were out watching them on the PGA, and whenever you watch it like on TV, you see people standing close to where people are hitting like past. But like when I was standing, these guys are pros. I think Matthew Wolff was leading, and we were following him around. So he was leading the PGA Tour in this event, and I was terrified to stand in front of them hitting the ball because I play with people like us, and we would die. We would actually die from the golf ball.
That would be a good to have a crowd in front of.
Oh, I would love it.
Regular people.
Always thought about that as a tournament.
Put me a body.
I would watch that.
I would watch that all day.
Truck.
I would love that.
It can be a chicken that don't cluck. If it's in there and it's a body, I'm gonna hit it.
I would
if it's in front of me, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay,
if it's
so
a golf ball with my fist, if the objective is to hit it, I'm gonna do it.
So we were at this event,
pleasure.
And the only thing I could think about was this clip that we're about to watch. It's a lady. It's got to be like 90s or early 2000s video. She's playing, and she goes to tee off, and she hits. Was she right-handed? She hits like this wicked hook to her left, right into the crowd, and nearly kills this lady. She hits her right in the knee, and this lady goes to the ground. We'll have to watch it. Yeah.
Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, we can pull it up. I don't know if Travis can see
I'm dead. Your explanation has me dead. Did you
it's
say
fantastic.
An old lady
I love it.
another
Okay,
old
so
lady
there's the
with a
first
golf
swing,
ball?
and she absolutely pelts the lady
That's all
with the
I need to
blue.
know.
And then, so she goes to tee up a
Is it
second
old
one.
lady or old lady crime?
It's gotta be. She has to be targeting her. And she takes a second shot, and she hits literally the exact same person. It's hilarious.
Bro, you know how catty women are, bro?
And then she goes, she's like
practicing for her. She had
the lady in the crowd goes, make her cut it out. It was so great. You can pick it up on the camera and everything. It was fantastic.
Bro,
I love that clip.
Bro, that is her husband's ex-wife, bro. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking? She was aiming for her, bro.
It was a good shot.
We sent you the video.
I just sent it to you.
They were once friends. They were once friends, bro. You know.
Make her start it out.
I love that video.
Oh my god! So it's just like a golf Karen video.
So, like with golf, it's awful sport.
I always say, why would I pay whatever it is? Like it's like $100 to go play a round of 18. Why would I pay to be mad? I can be mad on my own.
That's true, but at the same time, like, I don't know.
I mean,
good point.
It's never made sense. I go out there and I have fun.
But you get mad at video games.
But I'm not paying every time I do it.
Yeah, but you pay like a couple $100 for like a computer or a console.
But that's a one-time payment.
Yeah, I guess so.
Unless
you pay for COD and then you have to buy the DLCs.
But golf is, it's kind of like bowling is like golf. But bowling, you can be done with it in 5 minutes.
And
bowling is a sport.
But with bowling, there's like a ceiling. You can bowl a 300. What's the ceiling in golf? You hit a hole-in-one every single hole?
You score an 18. Has anybody ever?
Probably not. I don't think so.
I'm going to look that up.
No, there's no way.
What's the lowest score? I know it's in the 50s.
In the history, yeah. Tiger and his son this weekend hit 57. They had 11 birdies in a row.
They were playing a scramble.
Yeah, but it was still a record low.
Regular person playing golf, what did they shoot?
All right, what do y'all have? What are the guesses?
I think it's 57.
Is this like a PGA
in a
event?
PGA tournament.
PGA Tour event.
57.
Why do I feel like I know this? I'm going to say 55.
Do we have Travis? Is he there?
No, he's on right
Travis
now. He got cut
not
out.
with
I think
us
he's watching
anymore.
the old lady get hit by the golf ball.
He watched it.
I'm going to say 55.
55.
Oh, that's so good.
How many people?
Ryan Gibson.
Yeah,
Who
I
had
would
the
never have guessed
57?
that.
57 was... Hold on. Furyk hit 58.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
What year was that?
You had a 51.
Steve
Travis. He's back.
Steve
back.
Gilly in 2004 hit 55.
All right, we're back. Did you watch the video, Travis?
Bro, okay.
Fantastic. I love it.
Hey, you're joining us. We were talking about the lowest golf score on the PGA Tour. What do you think it is?
What's your guess? Is the best? What's the score?
Like lowest, as in
lowest
best,
ever round.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Give us a wild
I
one.
have no idea.
I said
heard y'all
55.
talking
He said
about it.
57.
You were
Somebody
listening?
said 54 about something.
I said 55, and it was correct.
Oh, 55. Okay. 55 is cold.
Well, man, I shot a 51. I shot a 51 today.
Benjamin, he shot a 51
on how many holes?
We don't talk about that.
70? You shot 18 rounds?
But we talked about, like, with bowling, it's an individual sport, and you play, like, generally on, like, the same condition. Like, I know oil changes in bowling, but there's, like, a ceiling there. Like, with golf, what's the ceiling?
Well, bowling.
55, apparently.
Well, there's, like, but the thing about bowling
But you have to have a
there's an
900
actual
series
ceiling.
of bowling.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But it's still,
yeah,
like,
explain
attainable.
Huh?
What's a 900 ceiling?
Like
It's when you have,
series.
3 games, and you hit
Yeah.
perfect games on each one?
Yeah, you do a series, 3 games, and
So
people.
what happens when that?
You've completed bowling at that point.
It's like hitting a hole-in-one in golf.
It's like when you have a hole-in-one golf, you quit.
So
When you're
the
12.
tournament's done?
Yeah.
Is the tournament over?
That's what he did.
You
He hit a
ready to
hole in
go?
one. He was done after that.
What?
When
You
you-
hit,
What
you
if
hit
the
a
other
hole in
dude
one
pull
the
up?
same age
What
Charlie
if
Woods
the
is
other
now,
dude pull
12 years
up?
old.
Has he had a hole-in-one?
I'm sure he's had to.
Look at.
Of course he
Look
is.
at
Google it. Google
We don't
it.
know that though.
He's
Hey, I
got
almost
to.
aced one. Hey, about this time last year. No, I'm not gonna lie on Robert.
Oh, you
Trent.
did. You sent me a text
Hey,
message. You almost hit that
I
ace
almost
on.
aced one.
Where was that at? Was that at Gateway?
No, sir. That was at Robert Trent on the Senator.
Ooh, nice golf course.
I'm out here with it. Yes, I'm out here with it.
There's no proof
I'm telling you, I just need the pressure.
Charlie Woods
It's
has
the
ever had a
pressure.
hole-in-one.
Interesting. Also, he's like
you put
apparently
people-
like ranked like not even top 100 in his age bracket. But I just don't think he plays
I
tournaments.
believe it.
I just don't think he
I believe
plays.
it. Yeah, I
But
just
like
think he
watching
kinda
him
hangs
play,
out, as
he's
he should.
ridiculous.
Dude,
It's insane.
His
watching
dad's
him play.
not killing him about it like his dad did. Like he's
that's
just
true.
Good.
I agree with that.
Not Michael
He's
Jackson.
just
Him.
good. Like,
He's not Michael Jackson.
My dad and my brother, Joe Jack. Yeah, he ain't no Joe Jackson. That's like that. You know, don't play with that.
Serena and Venus, they never played a junior tournament. They didn't play any tournaments.
I think that's what it's like. I think that's the thing.
I was thinking about this earlier. I'm talking about coaching wrestling in this area, and I was thinking about this. There's all these teams, and I watched this. I saw this picture on Facebook of these kids that wrestled each other in the finals of a tournament, but they're teammates in the office, and they were hey. So I'm like, what is the point of that? I don't want my kids seeing your kids. I don't want them to know who they are in the bracket.
Nope.
He sucked. I don't know who he is. We ought to walk all over him. I don't know who that is.
Well, and then you got to go like
he's just a boy.
When there's some like random 12-year-old now, and you get put on like the bracket against a Charlie Woods who's been on like TV and played with his dad. Like, what do you do then?
Exactly.
If you beat him, you feel like you feel unbeatable. But what do you do then? I don't know what to compare that with. Dude. What?
I think those kids that are that good think they can beat them and they want to beat them.
I think so too. That was the thing about him. Like, he didn't smile for like the last entire round. Like he's so competitive.
I like that because
I love that.
Be crazy, like he might be crazy like his daddy.
Well, because John Daly and his son won, and they're both ridiculously good too. And
is that the dude with the beard?
Yeah, John Daly. Like he literally smoked a cigarette down the 18th green or down the 18th fairway. It's great. I love watching John Daly play. He's like, but when you look at him and Tiger, and then Daly and his son, Little John, which he hates to be called apparently. When you look at them, like they could not be more polar opposite. Like John Daly shows up there with a big old gut, and his kid's got long hair, and he looks like Santa Claus. And then you get Tiger Woods and his son; they couldn't be more serious, and they beat him.
He's tucked in shirt with a belt.
I love it. It was great. It was so good.
And we see who the winner is.
Them boys. You know who Tiger Woods is?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
He's John Jones.
He is. I agree with that. I said that earlier. I said
they're complete sociopaths.
They're different breeds of people. That's the thing. Like when you get greatest of all time, which one of them is normal? Aside from like Michael Jordan, he seems like a pretty normal guy.
George St. Pierre.
No, Michael Jordan's the worst of them all.
But like when you watch it, like his like documentary, he kind of seems like a normal person.
He just punches his teammates in the face.
I think the most normal is either George St. Pierre or Lionel Messi.
The only thing he did was drugs, and that ain't normal to not do drugs in the 80s in the NBA. It's normal to do drugs. Okay, like he just didn't
especially back
in
his time of like
super not normal
ball.
Bro, he was in the nastiest era of them all and kept it super psycho, bro. He wasn't even going after chicks. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this guy? But anyway,
I think we've rambled enough. I think we came like from like going to golf and wrapped all the way back around to golf and John Jones and comparing them.
And Charlie.
So I think we've like completed this discussion. I think we're gonna get set to wrap it up here. Travis, as always, it's a pleasure to talk, and we'll have to hit the gym sometime this week soon. Brock over on the computer, always appreciate it.
Behind the camera.
Also giving us memes. Make sure to go in and comment on that meme. It's such a good one. Frank Gore. It's hilarious. Go down there. It's down there somewhere. Go comment on it. Yeah, send that to Travis whenever you get a chance. We'll send that to you.
Well, but I saw the fight live. What was it? It was just him.
It was him he was like screaming. It was great.
Bro, that face was crazy.
So go down there. Make sure you guys leave a comment on it. Let us know what. Just give us your best meme caption. We'll make
the best caption and we'll
make the meme and we'll
week.
post it. We got to make an Instagram for this, but we'll make a meme and we'll post it. We're gonna try and be back live Monday.
Try to do it on Mondays around 7.
We could do at least one show a week for sure. I know we could do that. It's obviously busy with Christmas and holiday season, so it's a little bit busy. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
thanks to
I might need to pull up at the studio.
For sure, do it live.
One thing I do want to bring up
So
is
just
there
to- just
anything
so y'all can
that
keep
people
me
should watch
normal.
out for this week going forward? Boxing, UFC,
good
football,
question.
soccer.
The
Good
playoffs.
question. I think Christmas time.
Oh, you broke up. Say that again.
I think boxing wise, MMA fighting. I think they're just Christmas time. They kind of take
Yeah,
off.
I don't think anything really goes on there.
Yeah, I think the
Is there a
last
bowl?
card
I'm
was
sure there's a bowl game or
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Bowl games are on the rise.
Well, they're New Year's-
probably
New Year's.
starting this week. They're
Yeah.
starting this
When's
week.
There's a
the
few
Birmingham
games.
Bowl?
When is the? I don't know.
The-
We should go watch that
The
live.
Camellia Bowl. The Camellia Bowl is like on Christmas Day.
It is,
in
yeah.
It
November.
is. It's on Christmas Day. That's insane.
Yeah.
The
So that's
Vikings
wild.
just scored to wrap up this podcast.
Is
They
Auburn
currently lead
playing in
17
the
to
Camellia
3.
Bowl?
They're in the
Birmingham.
Birmingham Bowl.
Again.
What's
Again.
the difference? What's the same thing?
That's gonna suck so
Laugh
bad. You
at
get-
it, man. I know y'all want to buzz out bubble gut
No,
laughing at
I
it.
don't
Come
think
on,
it's a
do
bad
it.
thing
Let
that
it out, let it
they're
out.
bowl eligible with the new coach and an injured
Man,
quarterback.
stop. All right,
So it's
all
fine.
right.
But the
Discuss it
problem
over.
is, like, if you're an
This
Auburn
man said
player
bowl
and you
eligible.
see some of these guys going, like, to Hawaii for, like, a bowl game that doesn't matter, but then you get to go 30 minutes down the road to Birmingham, that's got to suck. That's got to suck
That's your
so
house.
bad.
Around the corner from your house.
It's like you can make a day trip out of it. It sucks
Memphis
so
gets
bad.
to go to Hawaii the day
Half of
before
them-
Christmas.
Who?
Memphis get to go
Yeah,
to
Memphis
Hawaii
goes
the
to
day before
Hawaii.
Christmas.
Auburn gets to go
Wake
30
up,
minutes
your
down the
mom-
road to Birmingham.
Your mom's
That
cooking
sucks.
bacon in the morning.
Grant, who's Auburn
Your
playing?
mom's
They're playing
cooking your
Houston.
bacon.
Houston.
They're playing
They're probably
Houston.
gonna kick their ass.
They're playing
They
Houston.
probably will.
Auburn
but,
probably kick their ass because they wake up with their mom cooking bacon that morning. At the
Is
house.
Bo Nix
They
going
right
to play in
next
that
door.
game?
They can just drive to the stadium.
Is Bo Nix playing that game?
No,
he
no.
can't. No,
Is he
Bo
officially
Nix is
transferred?
He's still
not
hurt.
Back in the state.
Oh, he's still hurt.
That
That's
boy,
right. He has
yeah.
ankle.
Well, hey, we see. Hey. Just keep riding, tote your little scooter on up to the north. You don't have to go up there with them soft little. You don't do what you do.
Maybe we can find
Bye.
a Bo Nix meme
Bye.
for next one. We can make that the official meme.
I got so many.
Speaking of next one, we will see you guys on the next one. Should be Monday, right about 7 o'clock, as long as we don't have any technical difficulties. Thanks to Earl Baumgartner. Check him out at The Real Earl B. Is that the Instagram handle? That's
it.
right. Check out Brock Baumgartner. I think it's just Brock Baumgartner, right?
Brock_Baumgartner.
Brock _ sorry. I don't even know my own Instagram handle, but it's probably Benjamin Baumgartner. You can find me somewhere. Yeah, I got enough of them. We don't mention that. Travis, drop your Instagram handle.
Swave_digger.
So go give
Digger
that a follow.
with the
I'm sure there's
D.
plenty of
Don't
Go to
be
study
crazy
and
internet
boxing study as well.
people. Or
So
just nothing and nonsense.
we might pop up down on one or two. Get a little shout out from old Travis.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's just about going to do it. Thanks for everybody. Hopefully we had a couple people tune in. I know we're still going to post it. We'll probably cut this up, put some segments out on either Instagram or
Please cut it
YouTube.
up. Take my ignorant.
We will have another YouTube page up. It was made today, though. Like we said, this was kind of last minute. But you're not allowed to like have any activity on your YouTube page for the first 24 hours. So this one's up on Warehouse 231, but the next one will be up on Did You Hear About the YouTube page. I'm sure we'll have an Instagram and we'll post about the time we're going to do that. But I think that's just going to finish it up. Appreciate everybody hanging out. It's always a good time. It's about 9 o'clock now, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We'll see you, Travis. I'm sure we'll see you sometime this week. For Earl, Brock, and Travis, I think that's just about going to do it. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. It's going to be
Merry Christmas.
like, the 27th, so
Yeah.
everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you guys before the new year.
Appreciate it.